Hello all, in this tutorial we will make this cool subscribe button. HTML file will be very simple. We will make a container, inside that container, a button, and inside that button two spans, one for the icon with a class of icon container, and the other one is for the button text with a class of button text. And we will link CSS and script files. We will import the Poppins font of weight 800 in CSS file, like for this font is in description. For the body we will do some basic styling to display it flex, give it a width and a height of the screen size, and a black background, and also remove all margins and box sizing border box for all element to avoid any unusual behavior. For button styling, we will give it a position relative to be able to position other elements inside it with position absolute. And some other basic styling like padding, font family, font size. For the background image, we will set a solid linear gradient to right, with values of black at 0% and 50%, and red at 50%, and then we will set the background size to be twice the width and at the same height, and set background position to right center so only the red part will appear. We need that background to be for the text only, so we will set a background clip to text, and make the color of text transparent. So now only the text has a background and not the entire button. For the hover and active status we will move the background gradient to 75%. So now a part of the black part will appear for text background. And we will set a transition property for this change to 0.4 seconds so it animate. We will use the before pseudo element for the button to act like a background for the button. We will set content for it so it appears, and set position absolute and inset property to 0 so it takes the entire width and height of the button, border radius to 10 pixels and some shadow. And we will set z-index property to -1 to send it behind the text. For the icon container, we will set position to absolute and inset to 0 so it takes the entire width and height, background to red, border radius to 10 pixels and z-index to -10 to become hidden behind the button. For the hover and active status, we will translate the icon container with 25% of its width in X direction. We will a transition property for this transform to 0.4 seconds so it animate. Let's comment z-index property for now to be able to see the icon container and work the icon content. For the icons, we will include font awesome CDN in the header. Link for the CDN is in the description. For the icon container, we will set color to white, display flex, justify content to end and align items to center, and some padding to position the icon properly. Then we get the Z index back. In the JavaScript file we need to do 3 things on click first to toggle active class for the button, change icon, and change the text to subscribed. We will select the button, icon, and text using Query Selector. Then we will add an event listener for click on the button. Inside the function we will toggle the active class on button and toggle FASolid class on icon. Then we will get the status of the button if it's subscribed or not. If it's subscribed we will change the inner text to subscribed and vice versa. Then in CSS file we will work on the bell animation. For the animation we will make a keyframe called shake and we rotate it along the z-axis by 15 degree at 25% and minus 15 degree at 75% and back to 0 at 100%. Then we will set the iteration counter to 2, but now it's rotate around its center, so we will transform origin to top center. But now we have a bug. We can't click that icon. To fix that we will set the isolation property for the parent container to isolate so it's isolated from the rest of the body. Now it's working.